1% Club. We're glad you're here. Good to see everyone today. And I'm going to ask you to do something a little different today. Good to see all you champions here on the 1% Club. Number one, go to your view, upper right-hand corner, click it and put speaker view. I watch you guys. You're always looking around and go, okay, I see Stacy Goodman there driving down the road. There's Marguerite with their cool, vibey sunglasses and Shelly. And you stare at each other. And it can be distracting. So go to the speaker view. Always all Zooms, not me, just so you can focus. We're all guilty of it. Oh, what's Clark Broom doing? What's Dave Straightman doing? Right. And I do it. I welcome you guys and get you on here. So the second thing I want you to do today is text 2 or 3 of your leaders right now. Go, hey, jump on the 1% Club, copy and paste, and then put www.zoomwithbrent.live and just join the 1% Club. It's on now. And then boom. And that's, some people are like, they're just busy. They forgot. Yeah. I see you guys looking at your phones. We're going to take 1 minute and do that and invite some people to get on as people are pouring in.
It's not www. It's just zoomwithbrent.live. Leave the W's out.
Yeah. Well, yep. Of course I knew that. It was a test, Rob, to see if you were listening. So I still put 1 before the area code. I can't help it, man. I'm old school. Apparently you don't have to put the 1 before the area code. Just put the area code. But man, people are pouring in right now. So this is awesome. Okay. So the 1% Club, we want you to be a 1% clubber. So the key thing here is to take notes. If you listen, it's in one ear, out the other. Just get off the Zoom now. But if you want to grow and change, scribble what you hear. Here are my notes. I spent the last 4 days with doctors. Here are my notes from the 4 days with these doctors. I'm scribbling, writing. It ain't pretty, right? But I'm fully participating and involved. This is one page of about 40. And I'm with neurologists, oncologists, anesthesiologists, cardiologists, you name it. They were all there. And I'm taking notes like crazy with the rest of them because I want to learn and grow. And then if you teach what you learn, your retention goes from 60%. If you just write it down, it's 60%. If you teach it, it goes up to like 70 or 80%, another 10, 20%. If you teach it a couple times, it's going to go up to 80%. Otherwise, people go, hey, how was the 1% Club? You're like, it was awesome. What'd they cover? I can't even remember. I was distracted. I was staring everywhere in the boxes. So man, be a student. Write this down. So the first note, it's not in my notes. Be a student of life. Be a student of real estate. Be a student of agent attraction. Of course, I'm preaching to the choir. That is you guys. That is here. You guys are amazing. So that's number 1. Okay, so what I'm going to go over with you today is called the Champions Checklist. The Champions Checklist for agent attraction. And so, by the way, I'm super excited. Number 1 is host a sales meeting on the Champions Checklist. So I personally, in the month of May, I call it May Madness. This is just my little list right here. I'm doing Pasadena. Oop, got big fingers. Pasadena. Look at that. See how sloppy it is? 9 meetings in May. Minnesota, Oak Grove, San Francisco, Vacaville, Roseville, El Dorado Hills, Portland, and Bend, Oregon. Nobody knows about Bend, Oregon. I wrote Bend, Oregon down about 10 minutes ago. That's how you do me. I just wrote it down. Where are you doing, Ben? I have no idea. What's going to be at? I have no idea. But I am hosting a sales meeting in Bend, Oregon because I said I would. It's that easy. Now, maybe 10 of us at a title company conference room, and maybe 8 of us at a mortgage company conference room, maybe 40 people show up. I really don't care. But this is how you do it. It starts here. It's so funny, all the builds. I made this map of America, and I said, where do we want to do the builds? And where do we want to do them in Canada? And I just went, boop, 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 and it's all happening. It's that easy. And so when you are hosting value add meetings and you're talking about business planning and how to get more listings and how to grow your buyers and how to be more efficient with lead generation, you are going to grow your EXP business because you invite Century 20 Remax. Like, is this an EXP meeting? No, everyone's going to be there. And then you get them to come, bring some granola bars in the back and have some coffee, and then help. You grow. And so this is just May. I'm not guest speaking here. I invented all these meetings. Pasadena, Minnesota, Oak Grove, although Minnesota, Shelly begged me to go to Minnesota. I won't kid you. She did. She's like, you got to go to Minnesota. So I said, okay. And of course, Chris Fritch over there, they're awesome. So I'll give them credit for Minnesota, but Pasadena, Oak Grove, San Francisco, Vacaville, Roseville, El Dorado Hills, Portland, Bend, Oregon. I mean, I just going. So write the next big note from the champions checklist. The biggest promoters win in the game of life. Jeff Bezos is a promoter. Elon Musk is a promoter. Henry Ford was a promoter. You learn to promote what you're doing. Mr. Pillow, whatever that guy on TV, his fluffy pillows and his nice sheets and whatever his name, is it Mr. Pillow? I don't know, that guy on TV, Mike. Everybody knows him. We all know Mike, Mr. Pillow. He's promoting his business.
The purple pillow guy.
Yeah,
Lindell.
okay.
Lindell.
Mike Lindell. And so here's the deal, guys. You put meetings on, you promote, but I really want to stress it's not about calling all the I'm going to be in Pasadena. I got a room for 100 people. Maybe 300 people will show up. I don't care. What if 100 people can't fit in? Then they should have been early. Right? So you guys, I'm going to do a meeting and get 500 people there. No, it's not your place to do that. Go build your business, not other people's business EXP. Be inclusive. If Michelle Roderick wanted to come to my business, hi, Michelle, I would say, yeah, come on. If Lou hears about it, Lou, absolutely. Rick Violette in Montana, you bet, Rick, come on. I wouldn't say, oh, sorry, it's for my group anyway. It's just the Liquid Blenders. That's the name of our group, and it's Liquid Blender Group only. Anyway, so, but I don't want you to go gather all the agents in Canada, Michael Dougal. You do your thing, and if people hear about it, let them come. And so enough said there, but host a sales meeting. Again, this is where you're just adding value. What's John Maxwell just said? Add value and do more than anyone else. Like, don't just do a meeting they expect. Go above and beyond. Everybody does X. Like, what can I do to plus it, and then plus it again, then plus it again? At the Mastering Sales with Brent Gove today at 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern, we have Jared Davis, who's going to be sharing his buyer presentation packets and his listing seller presentation packets. Is going to be amazing. Jared Davis from Richmond, Virginia. He sells hundreds of homes every year. He's made enough money to purchase, I think, 80 plus single family residences. And everything he touched turns to gold. He's going to give you what he and his team use, and you can take it and use it. That's coming up here at 2:10 Pacific, 5:10 Eastern. So I'm just prepping you for that. But again, on this champions checklist, the next thing you got to do is schedule the day you're going to make the outbound texts. I'll say that again. Write this down. Schedule the day, not days. I think you just need one day, and maybe about 3 cups of Puerto Rico coffee, man. Get yourself fired up. I don't know what you got to do, but get fired up, listen to inspirational music, get on a trampoline, move your body, shake it out, wake up, get your juju right, get in the right mental state. And then, you know what I mean? When your state's right, things get done. When mama's pissed and had enough, things get done. When daddy's mad, stuff gets done. I made a tech checklist today. Yesterday, I had probably the most productive day of my life. I mean, I was an absolute terror. And today I made another checklist right there. Passion task list. It's not a task list. It's a passion task list. So if you look at that right there, it says dry cleaners. Well, get passionate about that. Check. May 30th, noon to 2 p.m. It's an attraction event. I had to come up with a name for that event. You know what the name is? I figured out. Rob's like, what are you got to come with a name? I said, let me sleep on it. Let me think about it. I came up with a name. Are you ready? It's called the Courage to Act Mastermind. I like it. It's called the Courage to Act. And Rob, let's show him. He didn't know I was going to do this. So I'll give you a second, Rob. Don't panic. And Rob's amazing, but I always poor Rob. Everybody clap for Rob. Just clap, do some heart symbols. I'm always throwing stuff on him. But here's a rough draft of the Courage to Act. This is in Sacramento. We invented this. Rob, we came up with this like yesterday, right, Rob?
Yep.
And then here it is. We're already massaging the brochure. You're like, well, I don't have a Rob. Do you have an 18-year-old son or daughter who likes to do graphics? Do you know anyone in India? Do you know anyone from the Philippines? You can call people, someone on your team who knows the graphics. But we looked at like 30 different lines today. And then and on this, we did all the different fonts, the color of the word courage we did. And then we're going to have a bunch of speakers at the event. And it's agent attraction for 2 hours. We're going to serve lunch. It's what's the date on that, Rob? It is the 30th, May 30th, noon to 2 p.m. in Roseville at my office, and it's going to be packed. So enough said there. You can take that down, but this is how you create stuff, and the flyer looks cool. And I literally care. Like, we went over the color of the word courage. We had all these different fonts and colors. We're like, how does it look? We got Drew's opinion. We went with something different totally, but but I mean, they said everyone loves this, and we want to, but it's got to look right, feel right, and speak to your event. So schedule a time to text people about these events. What do you mean text? Yeah, it's easy. Hey, Carolyn, you got a second? Jim Fury. Hey, Jim, you got a second? Lou, you got a second? Michael, you got a second? Coach Bill, you got a quick second? Yeah, what's up? Boom, call. I text and they'll go, yeah, what's up? Do not text back what's up. They're on the phone, call them. Glenn Sanford, I sucker him every time. I text him, hey, Glenn, you have time to answer a quick question? Yeah, what's up? I call him. And the second he says, what's up? I know he's there. He's on his phone. He always answers. Leo, like, how do you talk to Glenn all the time? Because I know how to set them up. And so you got to be smart. Same thing with me. Hey, Brent, it's really important. You got a second? Sure, what's up? Bam, you call. What, am I not going to take your call? And so little trick there. So I did this with my prospects, getting people to the event. So then I call and say, hey, Clark, we are doing an event in 2 weeks by Sean Work and Marguerite Crispello. It's all about how to get about 30 more listings this year. The whole thing's about listings. You got to list the last. It's how you get leverage. It's how you sleep at night. And you go to Tahoe or the beach, you go to the mountains or the beach, and you come back and sell 3 homes. Well, the buyer's agents worked like dogs all weekend in 105-degree heat, and you just cruise back into town Monday afternoon and put 3 homes in escrow. It'll change your life. And like, well, I tried listings. It's hard. I get that. But if you will commit yourself, if you have the hunger and the passion to become a listing agent, it took me 2 years. 2 years. But after 2 years of going every top producer panel, every Ylopo, every Brian Buffini event, every Mike Ferry or Tom Ferry event, NAEA, Remax event, Mega Camp, I was on a mission to become a listing agent. And it didn't happen in 2 weeks or 2 days or 2 months. It took 2 years. But guess how many listings I had from that day on? 18 to 28 listings at all time. All the stress of my life went bye-bye. Do you think if you had 18 active listings on the market right now and systems to manage it, I mean, you'd be selling homes every week. You know what it feels like to sell homes every week? I do, because I paid the price. I leaned into it. I was hungry, man. Your hunger is your greatest asset. It'll drive you forward. And I became a listing agent. Why I thought this was the attraction thing. That same concept, Kevin, Shay Spitz, Matt Plummer, that same concept, Carlette, guess what? Applies to agent attraction. And guess what? I tried to become a listing agent, didn't work. Tried to become a listing agent, didn't work. Went up against Remax, they beat me. Went up against Coldwell Banker, they beat me. Went up to Sotheby's and beat me. Like, well, I can't compete with who? Listen to me. Tony Robbins says you could be a victim or you can be a victor, but you can't be both. You want to be a victim? Good. Be the victim. I can't compete. What you focus on expands. Guess what? You can't compete, because that's the story you sell yourself. It is not serving you. I can compete. You know how many times I've had to go up against Dan Beer for a prospect? Never. You know how many times I've competed with another EXP agent? Not that much. It happens. And guess what? When I'm going up against Lou Ronay, they go, yeah, I've been talking to Lou. I'm excited. I said, dude, sign up with Lou. He's awesome. I'm done. The other day, we were reeling one in, and And at the last minute, he goes, well, hey, I just want to let you guys know that I've been talking to Albie Stasek. I mean, we were having him sign up the application. I said, say what? He goes, yeah, Albie's been talking to me for like a year, months. And then I saw your stuff and I called you. I go, I am so glad you said that. You need to sign up with Albie. Well, I kind of want to sign up with you. I go, no. You're signed up with Albie. I know Albie's amazing. And so, well, Brent, that's easy for you to do. You know, a lot of people. Well, now remember, he'd been talking to Albie like the week before. I just met this dude 3 or 4 days ago, and I put the hammer down because it's what I do. Let's go. No messing around. You in or out? Are you doing this? Let's go. You guys like, oh, mealy mouth. I'm like, no, this makes sense. Are you in or out? Let's go. I moved my $100 $1 million team in 2 weeks. It's not 2 years, like either this makes sense to you or it doesn't. And I talk to people every day about, so get your prospects every day. Have them talk to somebody new every day. There's people anyone on here would talk to them for you. And you know what Dave Straitman has? He has all the credibility you give him. You know what Coach Bill Rapp has? He has all the credibility you give him. You know what Matt Plummer and Jared Davis and Mark Verzo have? And Jason Justek, they have all the credibility you give them. You think, well, I need Jake Kinder, I need Gene Frederick, I need Brent Gove. If you build them up and just say how incredible, don't do she makes all this money and they're the top. Nobody cares about this. But Marguerite's one of the most loving people I've ever met in my life. She helped save my marriage in 2010. I was going through a hard time in my marriage. I pulled over on the side of the road and bawled like a baby. It's a true story. And you're going to meet one of the most special people in my life. Now, really, maybe all of you don't know, but do you see how I want to meet that person. Not Marguerite makes $20,000 a month in rev share or whatever it is she makes. Let's not be shallow. It's not about the money and Marguerite has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. No, it's this person changed my life and they're going to help change yours. You know, Lou has helped me so much. Quit talking about the size of groups and how much money they make. It's shallow. You know, they'll see that. I saw all that. Scott Lewis, he had 177 people in his group when he met him. And I felt like 17,000. Like I'd never met anyone with the 177 person group. I was like, whoa. And you was like, oh, my sponsor only has 288 people. What a loser, because somebody else has 5,000 or 15,000. People respond. So if they're not responding, you're not teeing up the person. Do you have 5 or 10 minutes to meet Lou Johnston tomorrow? He helps Brent Gove. He's one of Brent's key guys. Well, he's an incredible human being. He loves people. He's got the golden retriever personality. He's a man of character and integrity. He's helped me so much. And you might be wondering if I can help you, Jim Fury. But I'm telling you what, Drew can help you. And Drew and I will help you together. But I want you to meet Drew. Do you have 5 minutes to meet Drew later today? Do you have an hour tomorrow? Do you have an hour later today? Who's got an hour later today or tomorrow? Do you have 5 minutes? What are you saying to people? Your words are important. So schedule a time in your day once a week. And you guys all know Fridays from 2 to 5 p.m. I scheduled a 3-hour period, 1 day a week. And I had a list and I would shoot texts out and they go, yeah, what's up? Call them. And it's like, oh, great. They respond. Now I got to call them. And you call them and you go for it. Number 3 on this champions checklist, and I think I threw one in there. So is play the game before you play the game. What do I mean like that? Like in golf, if you've ever putted it in miniature golf or on a real golf course, if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss, you're probably going to miss. If you've ever shot free throws with your kids and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be a brick, I might miss the whole basketball hoop. Matthew Stewart's a hooper, right? When you're thinking, I'm going to brick, I am going to miss, I'm going to hit the front of the rim. And like, yep, that's how I hit the front of the rim. I completely airballed. I embarrassed myself. No, you only did what you told yourself was going to happen. Now, I'm not saying because you say this thing's nothing but net, but Michael Jordan's like nothing but net. Steph Curry, he sees the ball flying through the air, just boom, dropping 3 putters. And so, relax, breathe, have fun. They love you. They love what you have. And when the timing's right, they're open. Gene says, when the gate is open, it's opening. it's like this. How do I get someone to want to do EXP? By talking to enough people. How do I motivate a buyer to buy? You don't. You find buyers who want to buy. How do I motivate a seller to list? You don't. You find sellers who want to list. You're just not talking to enough people. And then they'll come back to you. Hey, I'm ready now. Let's talk about EXP. So what you got to do, it's massive action applied to learning chess. You're going to be good at chess. Apply to the guitar. You'll be good at guitar. Kite surfing, listings, agent attraction. It is massive action. So yeah, maybe you need to talk to 10 people a day for 30 days. You'll talk to 300 people. Did you talk to 300 people in the last 30 days? No, I didn't. Well, it'll take me all day. No, if you're focused and you're passionate, like I've been rocking this to-do list, because it's not a to-do list. It is a passionate, focused, check. I'm getting stuff done. Let's go. Now I leave the island in 2 days. So I fly out of here at noon on Thursday. I got to get stuff done. What if you were leaving for a month to go on a dream of vacation of a lifetime? Well, I'd be super productive. I got to get stuff. Do that every day. So play the game before you play the game. Next point on the champions checklist. If you build this easy, it's really hard. If you build it hard, it's really easy. It's a play on words. If you build it easy, it's hard. If you build it hard, it's easy. Same with listings. When I poked listings with a stick, Remax would beat me on I go up against Remax, go up against Century 21, go up against an 18-year veteran from Coldwell Banker. So they kicked my butt. But when I leaned into it and I was passionate, I was all about it, I rarely lost. You think, well, Brent, that's you. No, I lost all the time. You can't look at me after I put myself through the blender and say, well, yeah, of course you could do it. No, you could do it. But I'm boring, Jared. Look at that. I saw that big. I know that's why I shouldn't have the screen on. So I'm going to do it. I'm watching Jared a big one. So you guys didn't see Jared because you have the speaker view on. I'm going to go to speaker view. I even violated my own rules. Jared, that was the biggest lawn. You could have driven a semi truck through that lawn. Yawn. That was so funny. All right. So anyways, if I'm telling you, this thing gets easy if you go hard. Same with buyers, same with sellers, same with anything. Next check point on the champions checklist is hunger, man. You got to decide your hunger. It will drive you forward. You got to be desperate for success, not for money, but for whatever you're doing this for your freedom, for your family, to make a difference, to love people. You're paid for the value you bring. Start showing up differently. Don't do the same thing again and again. Do something different. Get on your knees and pray to God and ask the big man upstairs for help. I do all the time. I read my Bible this morning. I read about lions, how they don't back down from anyone. It's actually in Proverbs chapter 30. Today is the 30th of May. Wow. And Brent was reading Proverbs chapter 30. I always do. Then I went to Luke. And I was reading Luke today, so I don't know, but man, that's where I go for strength. Maybe you go to Aristotle, maybe you go to Albert Einstein, or you read a biography by Elon Musk. I don't know what you do, but go figure out where you go for strength. That's where I go for strength. The next point is one of the things I did at 19 was for an accountability. I found people to run with. I found 3 guys that said, yeah, we want to do this. I was 19 years old. I was in sales. We met at my house in Chico, 638 West First Avenue. Anybody from Chico, Northern California? The house I went to college in was 638 West First Avenue. I still remember a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath shack. It was a shack. And I think we paid $285 a month for that house. And it wasn't much, but it was my shack, my house. And we met every single night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 10 p.m. in person, not on Zoom. And if you were 1 minute late, you owed $100 to the kitty. And so that's how that deal went. And so, man, trust me, we were early. Nobody was ever late. And we had to do certain sales things and then be there at 10 to report in. Like, well, that's kind of radical. Yep. But guess what? All of us succeeded at a high level. So you can get radical and have the life of your dreams, or you can just be room temperature. Even the good book says, I'd rather you were hot or cold, but lukewarm. Speak out of my mouth, baby. Quit going through life lukewarm. Either do it or don't do it. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. So we called it the 1/10 of 1% club. I have the 1% club here. Back then in 1985, we called that the 1/10 of 1% club. Create the 1/120th of the 1% club. I don't care. Invent stuff. I created the Courage to Act, Agent Attraction Mastermind. Let's show them the one we're doing for all these meetings, like all these locations I just showed you. We're calling it Limitless Sales. Pull it, Rob, when you get a chance. Let's see. Yep. There it is, Limitless Sales. So these are rough draft flyers. These are not done, but we've been working on it today, and it's that easy. So, and we're going to do pull it down and show them the idea. We're going to have a lot more speakers. We're going to have do we have the Limitless thing that took place in Salt Lake City? So this weekend there was 10,000 people that gathered in Salt Lake City. And it was like a mob of speakers, and 10,000 people showed up. So at all my events, I'm going to have about 7 to 12 speakers. Some they may go for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 8 minutes, but it is going to be amazing. And so they're going to be all on the picture. Here it is. So there you go. So I literally saw this. I go, I like this, and I copied it. It's I don't like the ROI or whatever, rip off and duplicate. I never have like that. I just don't like the sound of it. But I copied it. Look at my flyers. They're very similar to this flyer. This happened on Saturday in Salt Lake City, and it was Limitless Arena 2024, April 27th. And you'll see David Goggins there, Ed Millett's there, Gary Brecka was there, Donald Trump Jr. was there, Stormy Wellington was there. I mean, all these people are mega superstars. Dean Graziosi, and it was an all-day event, 10,000 people. So I'm doing Limitless Sales 2024. I just copy what I see, and then I'm putting it together. And it's okay to do an event with 10 people or 20 or 30. That's where we started too. So enough then. Finally, as we wrap up today's 1% club, check how I'm doing. Got 3 minutes left. Do something fun for your family, your wife, and your EXP tribe, your group. I only got 2 people. Do something fun for your 2 people. Do something fun for your kids. Do something fun for your sweetheart. Kathy told me, we were talking today, she's gonna do something super fun for me. And man, I was excited. It was awesome. I'm like, right on. You want to do something, and this is a family thing. I can't go into any more details, but let's just say I'm excited. But anyway, so you what's he saying? I'm just saying whatever. But do something fun. Like for her, I got to take the trash out and clean the pool, and that's really fun for my wife. But whatever your deal is. So the next thing on the champions checklist is follow-up texts. You're doing follow-up texts. Hey, how's it going? Just thinking of you, just out of the blue. I haven't talked to Jill in 6 months and a year and a half. How's it going? And then they go, good. How are you? Great. Hey, let's grab lunch sometime. And then go to lunch and don't talk about EXP. Go to lunch, go to breakfast, go grab coffee, and do not. They go, how's the EXP? It's going awesome, man. I love it. How's Coldwell Banker? How's Century 21? Don't take the bait. Talk to them, and then just help them some more, introduce them to people, and the EXP thing will come up at the right time. But don't take them to lunch and then boom, EXP for an hour. That is not how I did it, and that's not how I recommend you do it. Now, sometimes they're like, hey, man, I'm really thinking about moving to EXP. Fine. That's called more direct. Do the direct approach, okay? So, and then the next one on the champions checklist is I will live with passion. And you can't fake authenticity, and passion is infectious. The final thing I will say is this: they don't listen to the words. They listen to the music. It's your tone. I'm telling you, man, it's a feeling you communicate to other people. I can't even sleep. I'm so excited about this. It's not what you say. It's how you say what you say. I love you. I care about you. Now you're like, I'm not going to say I love you to someone. However you like to talk, I'm going to go to the mat for you. Let's do this together. And so well, that might blow. So then oh well, but if your heart's in the right place and they don't take something right, 99% of the time it's received. And so, man, I want to encourage you that. So finally, it is 5:00 Eastern, which means it is 2:00 Pacific. In 10 minutes, I have Jared Davis from Richmond, Virginia. Oh, Drew, poor Drew. Drew's got a quote for us, I would imagine. We got to do our truth. Go ahead, Drew. Share what you got, baby.
I got you, brother. All right. So this one correlates with today's message. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Zig Ziglar.
I love it. What you get by achieving your goals is not important. It's what you become. Self-respect, self-love. Like you don't, like, how about this one? Self-loathing never served the world. Like some of you actually hate yourself. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. And you just beat yourself. I'm not saying to love yourself in a way that's narcissistic and have a false pride. And you look in the mirror, you never met a mirror you didn't like. And you're like, we're not talking about that. But you gotta, if you love yourself, you can love other people. And so that's some secret sauce stuff that's going to help you. Thank you, Drew. Super good. Super good. Look at the big smile on his face, though. You see, you got to be all the time. I did a bunch of reels with Shelly. She was just over here. And while she's talking, I'm just smiling. I'm just, you got to coach yourself to smile when you're on the phone, smile when you talk to people. Some of you are so serious, like, you're going to do XP, and it's like, no wonder they don't want to do XP. So we're going to start in about 8 minutes with Jared. Jared, can you unmute yourself real quick? Are you still here? I got to take it off speaker view.
I'm here.
Where's Jared? Where is he? Where wave at us? Oh, there he is over there with the Monopoly. So Jared, you're going to share with us your buyer presentation, kind of a sheet, a checklist of what you do, and seller. Tell them a little bit. We're on in about 7 minutes. Tell them what you're going to do.
Yeah, so not the full presentation. We have those too, and if anybody wants them, they can reach out to me and I'll give you like a full seller 20-some page thing that we send to people. But really, with all of the changes with commissions and all of that good stuff, what we've been hearing or what I've been seeing with buyers agents, they're very bad at conveying why they should be paid 3%. So we have to start treating our buyers' appointments like we treat sellers' appointments, right? We're trying to earn that business. So it's really just honestly a quick sheet with 10 things that is something we can leave with that buyer on a buyer's appointment, but also something that hopefully as an agent that maybe isn't as good at conveying value, that they can go down that list. You may not be able to have all of the same things, but you can take it and change it and do whatever you want with it. And then on the listing side, it's a one sheet pricing sheet. So that for all the people that say, hey, well, I heard commission's negotiable now, we tell them, hey, commission's always been negotiable. In fact, here's our commission pricing sheet right here. And it runs from 6% to 9%. And it shows all of the things we offer. So I will share all of that with you guys. But really simple, nothing super complicated. Like I said, we have the big sheets as well. This is just a really quick thing to be able to pull out when you're at appointments.
And we will be posting that in the chat during Jared's talk, which is in about 7 minutes. Really good. And I cannot wait to hear that. And he's right. Buyers have to prove their value just like listing agents do. That's something new. It's like, hey, I'll show you a property. There was no proving of value, although we always should have been. And they've been doing it that way in the East Coast for a long time. Also, any of you ever want to buy your dream home somewhere really exotic with palm trees? We have somebody who just got the clear to close, and she assumed, I can't talk about it. What do you mean, shush? You're shushing me? Well, okay, I won't say who it is. But this person, this mystery man, I'll change the identity. It's a dude. He's like 80 years old. He lives in Alaska. He's a gold miner. And so he just got his dream home. He assumed the financing 2.25 30-year fixed. You don't like the rates? He got this old guy, he's got a beard, he mines for gold in the Klondike. I'm protecting the personalities here and stuff. And this old man, he just bought his dream home in Hawaii. And this old guy sent me a text that it never would have happened if it wasn't for EXP. So pretty awesome. And Apparently, Bob, the gold miner from the Klondike, doesn't want to be identified, so I'm not going to identify this person. But they're very excited. I think they close on the next day or two, and so maybe Bob will tell us about that next week. All right. So, anyways, love you guys. We're on with Jared in 5 minutes. If you want to stick around, and have an awesome day.